Monday night Premier League football. It's this could be fun. It's Everton against Crystal Palace. Everton 1.71. The draw is 3.65. Palace are 5.3. I have to say, as we are recording this, we send our best wishes to Roy Hodgson, who's not well at all, seemingly in hospital. And it did seem that he was going to be relieved of his duties as Palace manager on that very day. If there's been updates since then, well, you'll know more about it than we do. But we know that in footballing terms, Neil Mellor, Crystal Palace are in a dreadful run of form, and they go to an Everton side here who they need this home victory as well. We're getting towards 6-pointer territory here, aren't we?
Yeah, 2 out of form teams. Everton haven't won in 7. Palace have lost 3 of the last 4 games in the Premier League, so they've been struggling as well. Everton, if they win this game, go 2 points behind Crystal Palace, and Palace know just how big this game is. More must not lose game for Palace, but yeah, I mean Everton they need to start picking up some victories, and this is a real opportunity for them. Sad news about what's happening with Roy Hodgson. Obviously, there's been speculation about him leaving anyway, and they actually gave Chelsea a game. It was 1-1 till the 90th minute last week, undone by a couple of late goals and added on time, which maybe was a bit harsh, the scoreline on Palace. Missing Eze and Elise, it's very hard to back Palace to win games without those 2 players for me. So I don't see Palace going there and getting the win. I think under 2.5 is a good play. This is the 4th meeting. 2 of the previous 3 have been under 2.5. And I think this one will be under 2.5 as well.
It's expected that Oliver Glasner, the Eintracht Frankfurt manager, is to step in. It might well be that it's Roy that steps aside due to ill health. And the situation that they're in. But this is difficult for the players, isn't it, Paul? Because you don't want to see your manager taking off, especially for the second time this season. You start getting updates from hospitals. That's going to play on their minds, whatever's happening. And if suddenly there's a new manager involved as well, it's not a stable camp.
No, it's not a stable camp. And for players, I suspect they've got a really good relationship with Roy Hodgson. Not having worked under him or been in his company for too long, you hear from other people what a gentleman he is, and what he's done for the game speaks for itself. And you can see the relationship these players will have with him. It's not a comfortable time for these Palace players. From a football side of things, they're in a really poor run away from home. Elise, Eze injuries. It's not a good time to be a Palace fan. You can see that the protests off the field against the club, and you can understand it. I mean, we talk about it quite often on here about what our Palace, where our Palace. They're a mid to bottom half Premier League team, and that's where they are. They've got great players in Eze, Elise, Gay, who's not available this weekend either, to go with the other 2, which is another big problem for them. And the likelihood is that they'll move on, and Palace will recruit again to stay in the Premier League, and that's the fans' frustration. Going to an Everton side who are struggling for goals. I mean, I had the same thing as what Mel's just said, under 2.5 goals. You've got I think it's the 3rd and 4th lowest scorers in the Premier League. Everton have only scored 26. Palace have scored 27. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Everton's number 9, hasn't scored since October. The big thing for Everton is that Doucouré's back. His goal involvements are right up there. His assists and his goals. And the thing in Everton's favour, well, 2 things. They're at home, and they're Palace's bogey team. They're unbeaten in the last 6 against Palace. So I can't imagine it's a classic. I can't imagine there's loads of goals, but I fancy Everton to nick it at home.
Yeah, the one thing you'd say, even though they're not goal scorers, not involved in lots of goals, the reason Palace are sinking more is that they're getting involved in games where they are conceding. They've conceded at least 2 in the last 4. The back 4 is just it's not functioning anymore, is it? That said, Everton might not be able to score against them.
No, I think it'd be a surprise if Everton were to score more than 2 goals, certainly in this sort of game. Quiz question for you both. Here we go. Palace haven't beaten Everton for 10 years at Goodison Park. 2014 was the last time they went there and won. It was an absolute classic, 3-2. Lukaku and Bainesy scored for Everton. What Everton would do for players like that in their side these days. Who got the winning goal for Crystal Palace? On the goal scorer was Jedinak and Campbell. Who got the winning goal for Palace? He then went on to play for Everton. That's your clue. Who got the winning goal for Palace that day in a 3-2 win? He went
Andrew Johnson.
No. 2014.
Is it McCarthy or MacArthur?
No.
Oh, why not a play?
It begins with B.
Must be a hard question he's given us that.
He was better at Palace than he was Everton. Balassi.
Yannick Bolasie. Yeah, well, I think that was at least a year on the treatment table for Yannick Bolasie, wasn't it? He was
Winning goal. There you go. Winning
Barely
goal through his
played
name.
the game. And with that, there you go. What a way to finish a game that we've just built up to being completely a dog of a game. But under 2.5 goals, we think. And who knows? Palace are conceding. And it might be that they have their new manager in place by then. We do not know, but it might be that they have one sooner after that. That's Everton against Crystal Palace, your Monday Night Football in the Premier League.
Covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. For the best live bets, this is Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io. Please gamble responsibly.
Hello, welcome along to Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io on this Monday night. I'm Simon and this is Dave, and in the producer's seat we have Jenny. She's okay after a heavy Saturday night, fully recovered. No secrets here. Certainly not with me anyway. Dave, he's absolutely fine. He watched some good games yesterday with you guys, and he's back for some more and to put up some good winning bets on tonight's match between the Toffees and the Eagles. But we have had some good news tonight before kick-off. Roy Hodgson is doing well in hospital after his problems on Thursday. He missed the game. He missed the training, didn't he? But the news is that he's stepping down from Crystal Palace. Yes. And it looks like we know who's going to be his replacement.
Yeah, Oliver Glasner is stepping in. Yeah, Roy, I think he's gone home now. I think he's sort of at home. He's out of hospital. So he's just at home, putting his feet up, probably watching tonight, no doubt. But yeah, Oliver Glasner, who was in charge at Eintracht Frankfurt, in Germany. So meant to be a good guy, meant to be a good, big personality, speaks very good English. Seems like they've made a decent appointment. Obviously, they must have had him lined up for a while, I guess. But it was getting a bit kind of messy, wasn't it? Roy being ill, and you think, he's under stress because he knows he's going. But I think everyone's sort of happy now. Roy's out of hospital. He's okay. The fans didn't really want to be on his back because
it was a very awkward situation, wasn't it? The sort of timing of it all. It felt like it was just delaying the inevitable. Anyway, that has drawn a line, we think, under probably Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace career, maybe his managerial career. That's yet to be confirmed. 200 games in total, I think, across the spells there with Palace, and of course he saved them from relegation last season. And they're not exactly teetering on the brink this season, are they? But this is a big game. Everton are very much teetering on the brink. They're in the bottom three, 19 points, with a points deduction potentially as well to come. We don't know if their appeal's been successful or not by kick-off tonight, although it was rumoured that it's going to be sometime this week. But they need to win, don't they, Dave? And this is actually a pretty good opportunity for them at home against another struggler.
Yeah, Palace win. I think the gap would be just 2 points. No, that's wrong, isn't it? If Everton win, they would close the gap to 2 points. So Palace could kick clear of Everton here. And Everton, they're in the bottom three. As much as they've accumulated a good amount of points because of that deduction, they're in banging big trouble. I don't know. I think I don't like Everton in games like this. I think sometimes you put a team in front of them who they should beat, and they sort of go, and there's tension in the ground because they've kind of seen this film before. And I wonder if there's going to be like a galvanising effect with Palace. Apparently there was the Palace players were a little bit cut up when they found out Roy was not well. So it's the old do it for Roy kind of attitude, which we saw what that did for Luton.
Just that extra bit of motivation, yeah.
So I wonder if they just pull together, sometimes just a new face giving them instructions tonight could make things different.
So I guess you're not a fan of Everton at 1.81 to win this game. 3.4 for the X, the draw, the tie, and 5.00. Is that a big 5.00 for Crystal Palace to win?
It could be. Probably leaning a bit towards the draw. But yeah, I won't be backing Everton at that price. I just don't. So many times, they started the season, they had 3 easy winnable home games against poor, sort of lowly teams, and they lost them all, didn't they? Just didn't. So I think that sticks. And as I say, if this was a computer game, you think, well, they would win, but it's not. It's real, and they pick up the tension from the crowd.
It's got real.
Yeah, that's it. This thing just got real. So you can imagine if Palace score the first goal, the atmosphere will just go, oh no, and it'll be all, any misplaced pass will be groans and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I would probably go with the draw at 3.4, to be honest.
Okay, so just for the 1x2 market there, draw at 3.4. We'll come up with some other bets, I'm sure, in running. But the guys there on the vodcast, the preview, they weren't keen on goals. They were thinking under 2.5. Would you be of a similar opinion?
Well, I read a stat today that the last 35 Premier League games have gone over 1.5.
Okay.
So like the 0-0 and the 1-0 have vanished.
So that's 3.5 match weeks.
Yeah.
Since the last
it's a lot of
under 1.5.
Quite know if that's just a random thing or whether, I don't know, referees are letting stuff.
Well, it's 2024. It's a new year. We've obviously, this is football from a new era now.
So you've got to sort of. I think in the past, you would have looked at this and thought, I don't know, but because it's game after game after game where you're getting at least 1.5 goals, then you only need one more and you're up to 2.5. So I'd be a bit wary about just thinking, this is an unders game. So it's quite a big difference. Under 2.5 is 1.6, over 2.5 is 2.3.
So it could be one to keep an eye on, should we say? If we go 20 minutes, it looks like there's chances, but still 0-0, maybe hop on it then.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose much by not backing a 1 point something at this stage.
I can see why the guys have said under goals, because Palace will probably come here and try and keep it tight. Sean Dyche doesn't exactly go gung-ho cavalier, does he? But there's been lots of fixtures like that this season where I thought, this is bound to be tight, and you've ended up with 2-2 draws and stuff like that. Should we do the teams?
We'll do the teams, yes, because we want to know if Abdoulaye Doucouré is playing for Everton.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
So Everton probably in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Go with Pickford, Godfrey, Tarkowski. Tarkowski and his wife are in some new, Cheshire, Housewives of Cheshire programme.
Okay.
I can't imagine Sean Dyche is happy with that. Anyway, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikalenko, Gay, Garner, Young, Doucouré, McNeil and Calvert-Lewin. So Doucouré comes back in place of Jack Harrison, that'll be. Palace, probably 5-4-1, but we'll see that they could possibly play with 3 at the back and 2 wing-backs. They go with Johnston, Munoz, Ward, Anderson, Richards, Mitchell, Ayew, Wharton, Lerma, Edouard and Mateta.
So the big change there is Dean Henderson's been dropped, hasn't he, with Johnston recalled. There have been rumblings that they weren't happy with Henderson's recent performances. £20 million signing who's not really played like a £20 million signing.
Yeah. He was at Man United, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean...
What was he like there? Did he...
He was
He's
good.
He's confident of his own ability, isn't he?
Very much so. He was good for a season when David De Gea was out injured, and then they just brought David De Gea back in and he never got another look in. But I mean, he could have been better than David De Gea. We just never knew because he never got picked.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, now he's a Palace player and now he's a Palace bench player as Johnston replaces him. Where are the goals going to come from in this Palace team then, with no Elise and no
It's a good question.
Eze?
Yeah, that is the question, isn't it? You're thinking, well, there might be goals tonight, and then you pinpoint it where. Palace, I'm struggling. For Everton, though, I quite like Doucouré as a bet. He is their top scorer this season. There's been a slight pattern of players who've been out for a while coming back and hitting the ground running. I think Mo Salah, I know these are top-class players, but Mo Salah at the weekend comes back. Ivan Toney's come back and scored.
Haaland-ish.
So players, you kind of think, they might need 2 or 3 games to bed in. They don't. I mean, Dakar is 3.1 any time. I think that's not bad for a home player who scores a lot of goals.
Good stuff, Dave. Thanks very much. Yeah, we're closing in on kickoff then at Goodison Park. We're going to keep an eye on whether Oliver Glasner is shown on the TV screen tonight. We think he's going to be there. Hello to everyone who's joined us already. RB Tank says hello. How are you guys? Well, I'm very well. Dave?
Yes, I'm well.
Jen, she was saying she was good before as well, I think. And so,
not Sunday morning possibly, but
yeah.
You said you were possibly fighting a cold.
I'm doing my best to keep it back, yeah. I've got a very busy week, so I really don't need this cold at the moment. No. Genetics is with us, and Jeremy Power. Alexei and X-Lays has got the Tom Jones growling gif, is it? He's doing something there. Yeah. They're trying to labour this point that you look like Tom Jones, I think.
So I've got Brian Cox, I've got Professor Tom Jones. Yeah. Who else have we got there? Got the Forrest Gump. Yep. Hi, Jenny. Wave. We had that. Jenny's sort of not standing, but the other person who Jenny's role was Dan on.
Yes.
So we had Lieutenant Dan keeping the Forrest Gump thing.
Right.
Are you familiar with the film? Does this?
I've watched it once, but I'm not sure I know all the characters now. Hi to Manuel as well, and to Koki. We are going to bring you what we hope is the best betting coverage of tonight's Premier League game, and we are going to be giving away 10 times 10 USDT free bets as per usual on the single game night. And so it's how do we give them away? We need a condition to be met over the course, or in fact maybe more, maybe 5 conditions, 5 opportunities for 2 10 times 10 USDT bets to be given away. So what do you reckon for the first one, Dave, then? We're thinking maybe not so many goals, maybe sort of quite a, I don't know, 2 teams just sort of feeling each other out in the early stages.
Yeah, I think we want one just sort of get us off the mark. So my shout would be, let me just check the shirt numbers. I quite like this one. It'll be a shot on target from a player with an even numbered shirt.
Okay.
So you've got, for Everton, you've got Tarkowski, possibly from a corner, Branthwaite from a corner. So Tarkowski's 6. Branthwaite's an even number 32. Ashley Young, 18. You've got Doucouré, 16. So a few there. For Palace, you've got a lot of them, actually. Edouard and Mateta are 14 and 22. Jefferson Lerma scored the other day, 8. Richards 26, Wharton 20, loads in the Palace side. So yeah, a shot on target from a player with an even numbered shirt number on his back.
This is the 4th time that these two sides have met this season, and the goals came in one of the games, but not the other 2. First game was a 3-2 win for Everton at Sellers Park. That was a Premier League game, but that did not follow when these two sides met in the FA Cup at the same ground, 0-0. They played a replay at Everton at Goodison Park, and that was in January, and that game finished 1-0. However, in 2 of the 3 games these two sides have met this season, there have been 5 or more yellow cards. So I'm thinking maybe yellow cards could be a good way in here. You don't have to rely on too much for yellow cards, I don't think, these days with the way the referees are. And this is a relegation battle. These are two sides who are very much in the thick of it. There will be some challenges, surely, and some contentious moments for the referee to sort out. So, yeah, 5 yellow cards when they met in the league, then 1 red card when they met in the FA Cup, and then in the FA Cup replay, 5 yellows. So that makes me think that 4th time around, with a few things to, scores to settle, maybe it could be worth going on the yellow cards here.
Yeah, the referee is Paul Tierney, and looking at his record, he only showed 1 yellow last time, but that was kind of that rather limp game between Sheffield United and Villa, when Villa were just sort of coasting through it.
Yep.
Sheffield United didn't really put a shift in. But before that, he showed 6 yellows in Liverpool-Chelsea and 7 yellows in Spurs-Man City, so he can get the cards going. Actually sent 3 players off in the Premier League this season as well.
Over 4.5 yellows, which has landed in 2 of the 3 previous meetings between these two sides, is 1.99. Well, it's total bookings, but I mean, That's what I mean. Yellows. A red card would count the same. I guess it would be just total cards, wouldn't it? Over 4.5 total bookings, 1.99. If you want to get bigger, because it's Paul Tierney and he's in a couple of games recently, he's gone more than 5 and 6. Then over 5.5 is 2.8. So we're about to get underway.
Yeah, Sean Dyche and Ray Lewington just sharing a laugh and a hug. They always look like the best friends ever, don't they? Premier League managers before a match.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't be bigger pals, and then during it, they can't stand each other for most of it.
I think it's probably just like nervous sort of energy they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful game, and then kick off. I hate you. I presume that was Oliver Glasner.
It was, yes.
Yes. Sat in the crowd, casting his beady eye over the team that he'll be taking over.
He did watch Tottenham at the weekend. He was at the Spurs game, wasn't he? Spurs Wolves, and Palace do play Tottenham away in a couple of weeks, so that was seen as a sign that he was going to be installed very soon. Well, he's about to be installed, if not already installed, because he's watching Palace right now. And so, yes, let's hope for this shot on target from a even-shirted player to land our first spot bet, and then it'll be the case of just send us your username, your sportsbet.io username, and then we'll pick 2 via the random number generator. And what's up with Tarkovsky here? He's okay.
He's okay. I've got a quiz for you already.
Oh, great.
Where is Oliver Glasner from?
Well, Germany, or do you want me to be more specific? He's not from Germany?
No.
Austria?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Austrian.
Right.
It's all the same, isn't it? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. So he was an assistant coach at Red Bull Salzburg.
Oh, right.
But he's been in charge of... and he played, actually, for Lask, who were Liverpool's opponents in the Europa League this season.
Manchester United's last game before the COVID break was against Lask Linz, and I think he was coach of them at that point. Yeah.
Yes, he was coach for them 2015 to 2019.
Oh, maybe not then, because that would have been 2020, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he was Wolfsburg 19 to 21, Eintracht Frankfurt 21 to 23. He doesn't hang around much, does he? Palace and now, so expect him to be there for about 2 or 3 years. How old do you think he is?
Judging by his overall look there, I'd say he's 46.
49.
I thought I was good at guessing ages as well.
Well, you were before, weren't you? But yeah, he's 49. Born in 1974, shortly after the World Cup finals in Germany, where he wasn't born.
That's right, Austria. Don't forget.
We've had an Austrian manager in the Premier League.
Oh, must have done. I'm struggling to think of one, though.
Yeah. If you know of anyone, put it in the chat. We can't, off the top of our heads.
Game's just settling down now as Palace try and knock it up towards their front 3 tonight. We'll have to see if they do play with the front 3 or whether it's going to be withdrawn into a sort of 5-man midfield. But at the moment, they're trying to get the fullbacks forward as well. This feeling that you've got that Palace might try and do it for Roy tonight. I can see what you mean by that. They do look as though they're playing with a bit more tempo to the game in this opening exchanges.
Knocking it around rather nicely, aren't they?
Yeah.
So Everton are having to defend stoutly.
They're looking like the home team, aren't they, at the moment, Crystal Palace?
Yeah. We've got an early goal in Spain, by the way. Atletico Bilbao have gone ahead against Girona in the 2nd minute.
Yeah, Real Madrid dropped points, didn't they, over the weekend? And so it was an opportunity tonight for Girona to close the gap on the La Liga leaders, but they've not made a great start there, trailing to Athletic Bilbao, who have a very good home record. Let's see when the last time they lost at home was. So they've won the last 6 home La Liga games. They're unbeaten in 11. The last defeat was to Real Madrid in August. So that is a very good home record and 1-0 up already. Could you oppose them in that situation?
Is Tarkovsky all right? He's just stretched out to put a cross behind for a corner. He looks to be a bit kind of wincing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see if you're Sean Dyche, your leading centre-back.
The Palace win a first corner, ball comes in, Pickford takes the cross. But yeah, good first 4 minutes for Palace.
And Viv, how could we forget this one, Viv? Great shout. He says, Ralph Hasenhüttl managed Southampton. He is Austrian, right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Ralph Hasenhüttl.
His name means something like, is it Rabbit Hutch or something, I think?
Possibly. I mean, Oliver Glasner, I was trying to think his sort of background, coming from Austria. You just mentioned the RB Salzburg. I know Hasenhüttl was Leipzig, wasn't he? He was before he came to Southampton. Maybe he's a bit sort of Ralph Hasenhüttl-like, I mean,
that school of that kind of philosophy.
They're trying to bring in somebody, they've brought in somebody who thinks going to change the way that Palace play, be a bit more on the front foot, pressing. That's what most German managers are into, that sort of thing, aren't they? Really, most Premier League managers aren't.
Yeah. You always think, he likes to press. And everyone does that.
Yeah, I mean, even Erik ten Hag likes to press, just that his players don't like to, won't do it.
Have you seen that little clip of Ross Barkley sort of wandering around and Marcus Rashford?
Laughable, isn't it? Absolutely laughable. Yeah.
Like it's in a schoolyard or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, he'll get picked for the next game because he's Marcus Rashford and he's on £300,000 a week, but he really shouldn't be, should it? It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you think a move would benefit both parties?
Definitely benefit Man United.
Right.
If they get him off the wages, yeah. Because it's...
Shot from Everton, that's blocked.
It's not like they haven't got players that could fill in for him. Garnacho is a left winger, and he wasn't getting games early this season because they were picking Rashford, who was doing nothing.
I like him. He's a lively little fella, isn't he, Garnacho?
Garnacho's brilliant, yeah. If he could finish, he would be literally the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But he keeps...
It's a bit haphazard, isn't it? Yeah.
If they taught him how to finish, it'd be like Cristiano Ronaldo II, because he beats players for fun, and he's got all the tricks in the book, but just can't finish.
Really good energy, hasn't he? Always looks like he's giving it a real go.
Yeah, and he does track back. Rashford doesn't track back. You see, he did track back against Luton once, and it's like, that's a scrapbook item, that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about this game now as Everton try and win a corner. They've got a throw in next to the corner flag. No shots at all, I don't think, in this game, have there been so far?
Might have been one that was blocked, so it doesn't really count. Just one corner kick as well. That was to Palace. Palace have had 68% possession, which is probably unusual for them.
Yeah, I don't think they're a greater than 50% team in the Premier League this season, are they? Mind you, Everton, they can be at home, can't they? I think Everton are sort of sometimes at home. They're a higher than 50% possession team.
Depending who the visitors are, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah. Viv says... Oliver Glasner managed Frankfurt and Wolfsburg, so I say he should be good for a mid-table club like Palace. Yeah?
Yeah, possibly.
Won the Europa League, didn't he, with Eintracht Frankfurt, and got to the German Cup final last season.
Did they beat Rangers in that final? Was that the Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Yeah, it was that temporary manager Man United had.
Ralf Rangnick.
Where was he from? It's German, proper German.
He's... Yeah. Because he's managing Austria now, isn't he? He's managing the Austrian national team, but is he actually Austrian? I don't know.
I'll check it. No, I think he's
German.
He's German. Oh, Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. So, still no shots on target from an even-shirted player, but we have a corner at last, and it is to Everton.
Yeah, Palace have had one corner. So this is Everton's first. That's one each.
Yeah, it was Imarios said, was the Man United one, or was he German?
Yeah. Typical. We did two corners the other day, and it landed in about the 60th minute. We've had two now after 8 minutes here. It's going to be Garner to take it, number 37.
Yeah, so Tarkowski say he's an even number, isn't he? And he doesn't get
it.
Away. It's headed away.
Tarkowski is number 6, yes. Seems to be all right. It was just something, he looked a bit sort of winded, I don't know. It looked a bit odd after that clearance, but he's all right.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the Spanish game as well, between Athletic Bilbao and Girona. If you've got any shouts on either game tonight, let us know. Get in touch with us on the Clubhouse TV live stream chat. We'd love to know what you guys are betting on so we can have a look ourselves, support your bets, and if you've got any comments on what we're putting up here in the studio, then do let us know. Also, just what you think about the games of the weekend. Obviously, there were some good results for Liverpool and Arsenal. Manchester City dropping points on Saturday was a bit of a bonus, wasn't it?
Yeah, unexpected that. Chelsea were good for the first half, but Man City should probably have won the game. Haaland missed some sitters. So it's the cup final next weekend, Liverpool-Chelsea.
That's right.
I'm a little bit sort of fearful. It looked like a doddle about a month ago. I thought, this will be absolute easy as you like, but now you just don't know.
They've got a good record at Wembley, but I think Liverpool got a good record at Wembley as well, actually. So,
well, we played them twice a couple of years ago, didn't we? And they were both 0-0 in both finals, and we won both shootouts.
Yeah.
So hopefully there'll be a goal at least this time. But Liverpool are just falling apart. Jota and Curtis Jones are definitely out. Trent's out. Alisson could be out for 4 or 5 weeks, apparently.
So it'll be Kelleher in goal.
Yep.
But he would have played anyway in the cup, I suppose.
He would have done, yeah.
But then if he gets injured, then you are in sort of territory where you don't want to be, really.
I mean, Adrian playing is Adrian.
San Miguel. San Miguel.
Who he's a good guy to have around the dressing room, but you don't want him anywhere near the goal.
Right.
He's a bit of a liability. Anytime scorers then, we've got, let's read you some of the forward players. Odsonne Edouard, 3.35. Doucouré, 2.95. Calvert-Lewin, who's not scored for ages. I think it's 18 games. He's 2.15. I wouldn't take that. Dwight McNeil, 3.85. I'm trying to find that. There's a new category of goal scorer bet. We call the I'm going to christen it now tonight.
Yeah.
It's called the James Butler goal scorer bet special. What you do is you pick someone who's never scored in their entire life.
G1. Yeah. G1 because he's never scored in his entire career. Yeah.
I wonder who that would be then.
Yo, Adrian.
Joel Ward, do you think he's ever scored?
Oh, I think he scored,
Probably,
yeah.
It's got to be one of them defenders.
Well, Munoz has scored because this guy Munoz has scored 8 goals this season.
Palace, well, there's a shot. Who's that?
Who was it? It's 22.
Yeah, you
Edouard.
go.
There we go.
That's Free Bet Lands.
Free Bet Lands. Yeah, courtesy of Odsonne Edouard, the first even-shirted shot on target there. And so, when Jenny says go, 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 then we want your usernames, your sportsbet.io usernames in, and we will do the draw for the first 2 free bets to be given away. And we'll now start talking about what we'll do for this. I want a yellow card. Can I choose this one? Just a yellow card for the second one. Can be for either team.
Viv's, that's Des Kelly, the reporter, interviewing Klopp after, I think it was the Super Cup where Adrian saved a penalty and Klopp came on and went, Adrian.
Oh, right.
Yeah, go, go, go. There you go. There you go, go, go.
Yeah, so regulars will know the format. If you don't know, then it's this is our opportunity to reward our loyal viewers with free bets from sportsbet.io, and you have to just enter your name, your sportsbet.io username, between the go, go, go and the stop, stop, stop signs, messages in the Clubhouse TV chat, and then we'll pick 2 random numbers, and whichever position you are in order, that will be your number.
Are you random number generating, or shall I?
I don't mind. Do you want to do it?
I'll do. I quite like doing it.
Yeah. I'll watch the game as Palace do a bit of defending. But yeah, in terms of an anytime goal scorer, Munoz, 8 goals for Racing Genk before he signed for Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Obviously like to get forward. What is his price? I'm going to find it out now.
It's down the bottom, 9.6.
Big. For a guy who scored 8 goals this season.
You say 9.6 any time.
It's just because nobody knows him because he's come from Belgium.
Whereas old thingy, Billy Smart Circus was 9.6. It was something like 5, having never scored.
Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore, yeah. So see, this is it's 2 people who know what they're talking on tonight.
Sorry, James.
Well, if you do put bets up like that, you deserve to be teased. Yeah, that's a great bet then, isn't it, really?
Jenny, should we let Chi in? He's just a bit too slow after, and he says his internet's slow. Should we let him in on that excuse? She's not seen you yet, Chi.
Chi says the internet is slow. On this occasion, there you go.
Maybe somebody's cut the undersea cables.
Yeah, right.
Could be a submarine hack job.
Right, how many have we got? Let him in, Hakan. It's like a sort of... like a course celeb to get Chi in.
Chi's a good guy. You're in. Jenny says so. So she's going to count up now. I probably disrupted her train of thought there. She was already counting. Yeah. But Everton are just passing the ball inside their own half, which is not what their fans want to see, really. They want to see the ball up towards Calvert-Lewin, preferably.
Well, there's up to
That's a good ball.
McNeil. That's good defending, actually.
Yeah.
Vivek says Viv says you can pick anyone you want for a goal score bet, but don't pick like James. Yeah, we were saying that. He picked Billy Gilmour, who had never scored in his club career. That goes down on the Mount Rushmore of terrible bets.
The Mount Gilmour.
Yeah, that's very good.
So 18 entries, Dave.
18, right. Let's number generate.
Navidart says, let me in. Oh, no, not another late entry. Sorry, Navidart. Once you said 18, that's it. That's the number.
Plenty more chances tonight. Right, I'm going to number generate with number 5.
Oh, Navidart was in anyway.
Okay.
Number 5. Okay, so Genetics 1, Brahi 2, Alexi 3, Hakan 4, Viv. Viv is 5, I believe. According to mine.
There you go. Nice bit of symmetry there. Viv commenting on Billy Gilmour as the worst bet ever, and then he wins a free bet. The universe chatting to us nicely there. Right, the second one. Random number generator. Well, it's number 18.
Oh.
So that's the last one.
So is that Chi? We'll need some confirmation from Jen as to who it was, but it might be that by letting him in, he's grabbed the second free bet there.
Drama.
Anyway, Jen will confirm in the Clubhouse TV chat any second, I'm sure.
Not a booking, is it, this, Decoure?
No.
Just a foul.
We can't be too far away, though. There have been a few fouls. I don't think we're going to be too far away from the first yellow card tonight, which is our next free bet condition. Once that yellow card is shown from Mr. Tierney's pocket, then we're going to give away 2 more. Everton 1.87 now, Dave. The draw is into 3.2. That was your preference at the start, and Palace drifting slightly, but only because there's been no goals. It's 5.2 for Palace.
Yeah, you wouldn't say you would have thought Palace would have come in a little bit on the eye test. What we've seen, they've done quite well. Yeah,
and in terms of the Asian total goals, the over 1.5 is now 1.62. The under 1.5 is 2.25.
I also quite like the look of the first goal. I don't think the price differential should be so big. Everton are 1.64 to score the first goal. Palace 3.15. I think that should be more equal.
Yeah.
Palace just forward there, but they couldn't make anything of it, and Everton have a goal kick.
Munoz in camera shot there as he trots back. He does get forward a lot.
Yeah, he was forward there.
I mean, he's only been in English football for 3 weeks now, so he's still getting used to his teammates, learning the language, settling in. You're not seeing the best of Daniel Munoz for Palace yet, but once he gets settled in, if he can replicate what he was doing in Belgium, then he could be a brilliant signing for them.
Well, let's put that up as a bet. We keep talking about it. Well, I think your knowledge of him now, we should translate that into a bet. So he's 9.9 any time. Where's he from? Is he Colombian, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. So looking at his goals for Genk, he scored in 4 straight games for Genk at one point. 3 of those on the road tonight. He's also a bit of a yellow card machine.
Oh, right.
He's made 34 appearances this season. How many yellow cards do you reckon he might have?
5?
13.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Daniel Munoz, there's not a lot of blanks next to his name. He tends to either score or get booked. He's actually been booked in 3 of his last 4 games, and he's been booked in both his starts for Palace this season.
Oh, interesting.
Shame we can't do a specific who will get booked market, because it'd be a good contender.
I'm just looking at his record now. Yeah, booked in the second half of both games, Brighton and Chelsea. So yes, he could be going for the 3 in 3. Yeah.
Suggests he's got a bit of fire about him anyway.
Looks like an interesting player to me. Looks like a sort of player that you might hear a lot about, if not tonight, then very soon. Just finding his way in the Premier League, but clearly very talented. Could be a chance here for Everton, but a good defensive header knocks it back to Johnston. And yeah, we've reached 20 minutes and nothing's really happened in this game yet, which was the fear, really, that it might be a slow burn, a tough watch in this Premier League match. There's been some good games this weekend then, and as Dave mentioned, the goals have been kept very high over the last few weeks by all teams, really.
Yeah, I think I'll double check that, but it's something like the last 35 Premier League games have had over 1.5 goals.
How bad were Sheffield United yesterday? I didn't see the game. I just saw the scoreline and thought they must have been bad.
They had the horrible sending off for a terrible tackle.
I mean, yeah, okay. Before that, were they bad before that, or was it that was the sort of turned it really?
Yeah. We were saying it was almost like disaster bingo. It was everything. A red card. There was an own goal in there. It was just sort of defensive errors. Just all
bus broke down on the way home.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So yeah, they're vulnerable, aren't they? If they played like a confident team who can knock it about a bit, they can get hammered, can't they? They got done 8-0 by Newcastle. Villa went there and won 5-0. Brighton, you don't want to be playing Brighton you don't want to let Brighton get up ahead of steam because they're a confident side. So yeah, it was they picked the wrong team to get down to 10 men against. Who we're looking at here then in the crowd? Mark Bright.
Yes.
And there's Oliver Glasner.
That's right.
Next to him.
Well, they look quite happy with things so far. Palace on 24 points. They're going to need at least 34, aren't they, to stay up?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But a new manager bounce, you can get a couple of wins, can't you? That's like 60% of the 10 points they would need, which would be 2 wins, yeah.
They'd be nearly there.
We don't know how many points Forest are going to get taken off them either, do we? That could be...
Well, do you think they'll definitely get stuff taken off them? It's just a matter of how much.
Yeah, I think so. They've set the precedent with Everton's points deduction already, haven't they? So
why are they going to do Everton again then?
Different year, different accounting year.
Right.
Yeah. It does feel kind of harsh that Everton are get 2. We think they're going to get 2 points deductions in the same season for different seasons of accounting, but that's a good chance. Calvert-Lewin with a header wide.
Yeah, you can see he needs a goal. I think if he'd scored in his last 2 or 3, that might have been in the back of the net, but couldn't convert again. Old Calvert-Lewin, who I'm going to find out when he actually did last score. When he came back from injury, he did quite well, didn't he, for a spell? And you think, I've got the old Calvert-Lewin back, but it's all gone a bit wrong for him again.
Yeah.
Can never work. I've never been able to work out how good he is. I used to think, he's never quite going to be any good, and then he sort of had a really good season, and then he's back to sort of he wins some headers, and
he's had so many setbacks, hasn't he? You know, he could have been such a different player if he'd just had 2 seasons of unbroken playing, but he's never had really 2 months of unbroken playing in the last few years. So
last goal was on the 29th of October. And he's played a lot of games since. Start of the season, he scored 4 in his first 8 games. So I think that's a good level. And Everton won 3 of those matches, so they were important goals.
Pickford's just come flying off his line.
Saw him.
He came doing the sweeper keeper, flying off his line, but he kicked the ball against the striker, and that could have gone anywhere. He's fortunate it's gone out of play for a throw, but if he's kicked this at Edouard, if it comes off his midriff and goes back towards goal, that's a goal. Very fortunate there. Pickford.
He's prone to the odd bit of madness, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a keeper who I think gets a bit too hyped up in games, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes to play on the edge, but, as a keeper, do you really need to be on the edge to... I don't know, I suppose I've never really been a keeper in the Premier League, so I'm not one to say, but shout for a handball there that wasn't given. Sean Dyche thought it was handball against Anderson. It was. His appeals have earned a free kick. So is this going to be just pumped into the box for everybody piling for a header? I would imagine that'll be the case.
Sean Dyche barking out instructions.
Still 1-0 in Spain. Athletic Bilbao. Oh, they played it short, and this could be a free kick on the edge.
Just on the edge, isn't it?
Jefferson Lerma's brought down Calvert-Lewin. It's right on the edge.
Yeah, they rolled the free kick short. Calvert-Lewin tried to spin him on the edge of the box. Lerma, who does like to get his foot in, mistimed the challenge, and Calvert-Lewin went flying, but it's definitely outside the box.
Yeah, good free kick from Everton there, just to change it up and not just pump it in the box. It is outside, so it won't be VAR'd for a penalty, although they will look at it, but it's not going to change. And now you're looking for a left footer.
Left footer. Well,
Leighton Baines, where are you?
Yeah. Would Jack Harrison have taken it had he been
He
on
might have
the
been,
pitch?
Yeah.
Who's the left footer? You got Mikolenko.
Garner. Oh, you're right. It's Garner and Mikolenko, so Garner's the right footer.
Dwight McNeil.
Oh, yeah.
Dwight
Forgot about
McNeil's my favourite to take this. It's a bit of an angle, isn't it? But at least make the keeper work.
No yellow card for Lerma there, sadly. That didn't land, but I don't think we're too far away.
There's a few, I think.
The first, yeah.
There might be one more, and that's you in the book. So Garner and McNeil stood over this. Probably going to be McNeil, I would say, the left footer.
Yeah.
In his yellow boots.
So the referee blows the whistle. And...
No, it's Garner with a shot over the bar.
Yeah. Angle didn't favour him, and the execution wasn't so good either.
I had an interesting little thing on the radio today about so Andy Jacobs, who's one of the guys on TalkSport, who was at the Brentford-Liverpool game, and he sits quite near the dugout.
Right.
And he said literally for 90 minutes, Klopp was in the fourth official's ear about something. When it was 0-0, he was just barking at him for every possible free kick or whatever. Then when Liverpool clearly got a big lead, it was sort of like happy banter, but Klopp was still at him all the time. And then he then pointed out that Ange Postecoglou just stands there and does nothing. He just stands there with his hands in his pockets. Yeah. And Spurs have only had one penalty all season. Is there a link? If you're constantly in the air, do you kind of crack them at some point?
I mean, is it just human nature that you would crack at some stage to, when my 5-year-old is on at me for, can I get him some Lego? Can I get him some Lego? After a while, you just crack and buy Lego.
Well, maybe that's the sort of, this is the adult version of that. I don't know. Because
they shouldn't do.
Because they must, I'm sure, they must sort of get kind of reward for doing it. They must feel it's worth doing.
Well,
but why can't, I don't know, why can't it just be a rule that you can't bark in the fourth official's ear? Just say, no, you can't do it, as you'll get booked. Because while it's allowed, they're going to do it, aren't they? I'm sure Arteta does it. I'm sure Pep does it. I'm sure there are quite a lot of managers who are just going, rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
But Postecoglou does he just... It's a curious thing with him. Everyone raves about him, but to me, I don't know, I want more from him. He just stands there watching as if he's trying to keep cool. When I would want my manager more involved. Prefer a more involved manager.
Well, I mean, you've got one. So, I mean, you can't get a more involved manager than Jurgen Klopp, really, can you? But
Pep, yeah.
His involvement will come to an end, perhaps because he's got to involved. That's it. Maybe if he wasn't so like that on a match day, maybe he'd have a longer...
Well, we've had a good 9 years of it.
Exactly,
of him being involved.
And I think he just needs 12 months and he'll be back, to be honest. But
back where, though?
Well, he could be back at Liverpool, couldn't he?
Could be. Depends, isn't it? It's almost like it'd be worth getting a slightly ropey manager in for a year just to let Klopp recover.
Yeah. Viv says, Professor wants this from his manager. He wants the Jurgen Klopp, who looks like a werewolf, about to go off at the fourth official in that picture. Is that when he was at Borussia Dortmund, isn't it? Yeah.
Doesn't he look young there?
Yeah. Koki says, Everton win first half. Let's go. Do you think so? Well, I wouldn't be backing them to win the first half, Koki, but I'm glad that you have put forward your thoughts in the Clubhouse TV chat. 1.91 is too short for me at the moment. Oh, so that's to win the game, isn't it? Sorry, to win the first half is going to be much bigger, isn't it? Let me just check on that.
Yeah, 15 minutes left.
3.85 for Everton to win the first half.
Well, on the stats, Everton have had 5 goal attempts to Palace's 1. Nothing on target yet for Everton. So, on those numbers, you would say Everton more likely.
Yeah. They've not scored that many first half goals from my memory. I'm just going to check that. I mean, and that necessarily doesn't make a difference to this game where we are right now, but it's just adding a bit more colour, a bit more, background to it.
It's Palace who've won a free kick in a good position this time. Tyrick Mitchell just tried to turn and got clipped.
So Everton this season have scored 11 first half goals.
That's not many, is it?
And what game are we in? Game number 24, is it? 25? So that's less than 1 in 2, the scoring a first half goal. Just less than 1 in 2.
Mm.
Yep. Palace free kick.
That young Warburton.
Wharton,
sorry.
Yep.
And it comes.
It's not a bad ball in.
Headed away.
Munoz, volley it.
You do think Palace do look really kind of a little bit lacklustre when they've not got Eze or Elise.
Yeah.
They add so much, don't they? Attacking verve to them.
Yeah. Anderson put a good cross in there again. He crossed for their goal in the Brighton defeat.
Yes, it is.
For Mateta, and he just put another good ball in there, showing that a centre back who can cross.
We need a booking, don't we?
So Koki said it's 4.1 now. Everton to win the first half. He likes it. We do need a booking as well, though. Yeah, and we're not going to get one from that little. Oh, maybe. Referee gives a foul. And I think Ashley Young, is it, who's got away with it there?
How's Ashley Young still getting a game?
I don't know, really.
You would have thought he'd been like a sort of squad player who comes in every so often, but
he's a great professional. That's what they say about him, isn't it? He's a great pro.
Like James Milner.
Good trainer.
Yeah.
Looks after himself. Hasn't, well, I guess he has lost a bit of pace because he's gone from being a winger to a fullback now, hasn't he? So, he made that inevitable move backwards through the team, but he is very steady. A steady player.
I guess so. Mm. I just feel like there should be someone better by now to have come in. But Sean Dyche doesn't mind a steady player, does he?
Mm.
If he can get someone who's going to give it 7.5 out of 10 every week, he'll have him.
How many league titles did Ashley Young win in his career?
Mm.
This isn't a
3, 4.
I don't know. Definitely more than 1, I think. But let's have a look.
3. I'll go 3. And there he is on the screen.
Honours. Only 1. Just the one Premier League. The last year we won it, 2012-13.
13, yeah.
He won the Europa League, the EFL Cup once, the FA Cup once. So not a bad honours board. He also won Serie A. Got a Serie A winners medal with Inter.
Yeah. That's a good career, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of forget that he went to Inter.
Still no booking. Ashley Young just committed a foul, but Paul Tierney didn't give a yellow card to him for that trip. Just gave Palace a free kick, which ends up out of play. Kind of feared this could be the first half we would get, where not a lot happening in terms of goals or even shots on target. Just that one shot on target from, was it Mateta?
Odsonne Edouard.
Well, at least he landed the free bet, didn't he? Otherwise, that one would have gone on and on.
Oh, Navidot said good luck to Koki with his bet. Good luck, bro. But that's what we like. The community sticking up for each other, cheering on each other's bets. And it could be a chance here for Palace. As Munoz side foots it, and then it's over from Lerma.
Should have gone himself.
Yeah, too unselfish.
Good to see him in that position, though.
And Jefferson Lerma as well, who scored in Palace's last game, is in a position there.
Yeah.
Inside the box. He should be producing a better finish, but
Munoz is in acres here, look.
Yeah.
Basically, he shouldn't be, what is he now? He shouldn't be 11 to score any time. No. You know, if you think of Billy Gilmore's price yesterday compared to this, it's daft.
Billy Gilmore won't get in the penalty area in like
ever.
6 games, would he? You know, no, he won't, would he? Because that's not where he operates. He's centre circle. He's
not a criticism of him.
No, that's not his position. He's not expected to do that. Munoz, as we've seen there, he's in the penalty area.
Yeah.
That's where goals are scored, more or less. Anyway,
yeah, he's a marauder. He's not afraid to. He's not like he's been told to stay back. If he sees a counter attack, he'll hair upfield. Who's that then? Is that
McCarthy?
Pat McCarthy.
Yeah.
What's his background then?
Well, he played for Palace and he coached them, filled in for Roy when Roy was ill once before, I think, didn't he?
Paddy McCarthy.
Yeah.
Age 40.
Did he...
started his career at Man City.
Really?
And made no appearances in 3 years. Then he went Boston, Notts County, Leicester, Charlton, Palace, Sheffield United, Bolton, Preston North End. Played a few times for Republic of Ireland B teams.
Okay. I mean, he's... Who's that? Who's that very young man there?
Is that Palace's new director of football? He's about 12.
Yeah, don't know.
A strange one, wasn't it? They got some sort of young boffin doing the
Yeah.
numbers.
This game has gone down a rabbit hole, hasn't it, really, because it's just nothing happening. And now neither team's even able to keep hold of the ball, just booting it up in the air.
Pickford just wellied it into the skies there, hasn't he? Needs a bit of...
Not a good advert for the Premier League, guys. Come on.
No, and that's a terrible pass.
Play some football.
Telegraph pass by McNeil gets cut out. Right, where's Munoz now when Palace break? You want to see him in the picture there? See, he was going, wasn't he?
He was trying to get in the half, wasn't he? The opposite half.
Right, where is he now? He could be driving forward here with a bit of luck. Make him... There he is, look, coming into shot.
In the penalty area where you want to see him, if you've backed him anyway. And it's a corner.
He's in the thick... If we had like a Munoz cam...
Yeah.
I know that stat touches in the penalty area, just Munoz in the area. Probably 4 or 5 times already. What about that for a yellow card?
Yes, I know. Branthwaite, wasn't it? I think sliding in. Got away with it.
Paul Tin is just being sort of grown up about it all at the minute. If Palace have won a corner at least. They're third of the game, second for Palace, and it comes. Headed away.
And there have been some yellow cards in the Spanish game, where it's still 1-0 to Athletic Bilbao against Girona. Juan Carlos was booked for unsportsmanlike conduct, and he wasn't on the pitch.
King Juan Carlos.
Yeah, I guess he's a coach or... no, he's a player. He's probably on the bench. And then Lecue was booked for Athletic Bilbao, who still lead 1-0. And then he went off injured, actually, Lecue. So
Palace have just won a third corner. There was a header that was deflected off Tarkovsky's knee.
Off the line.
Kicked off the line. It's the same. Who's that? It's got the same guy just headed both corners there. It's
Mateta.
Oh, Mateta. It was the 26 I was looking at. Who headed the first one? I was.
Maybe it was.
I was looking at Chris Richards.
Yep.
So see, it might be one of the sort of lesser names who does get the goal. I can't actually see Chris. Chris Richards is 15. Look, he was going for it again there. The back's like they're aiming for him. Chris Richards, not Cliff Richard. Chris Richards is 16 anytime. So if you're thinking these Palace forwards...
Pickford's just giving it away.
Yeah.
Got away with it, though.
If you're thinking the Palace forwards don't inspire confidence for sort of back anytime goals, and a couple of options there. Then Munoz and Chris Richards for Palace at 12 and 16 respectively.
And there's a chance for Everton. Koki, Richards back there defending. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting to be a good game now. This sort of little period before half-time is quite promising for goals, I think. We might get a breakthrough soon.
There's Munoz. Munoz is in the area again. Pick him out.
Find him.
Look, he's in. Cross to his head.
Him. Cross gets blocked.
Munoz in the area, counts 5 now.
And where's the yellow card? Come on, Mr. Tierney. The game is getting stretched now. Yeah. Surely a foul here, killing a counter-attack, is worth a yellow card. But then Palace come again. They're finishing the half strongly.
All right. 1-2.
Everton defenders getting each other's way.
Sliced clearance from Pickford to Munoz. Is in the box again. There's a shot. It's all a bit messy, isn't it? All a bit kind of blocks and shots and nothing clear cut. Pickford just doing the calm down.
When Pickford's telling people to calm down, then you know it needs calming down.
But helter-skelter for a minute or so there.
If you're Paddy McCarthy or you Sean Dyche, who's the happier of the two at the moment?
I'd say McCarthy.
Yeah. Come away, looking like a threat on the counter-attack, not looking in too much trouble at the back themselves.
Yeah, they've looked solid enough.
And they are 5, so the same price they were at the start now, Palace. The draw's into 2.68, that's been the big mover from 3.4, and Everton out to 2.16 from their initial quote of 1.81.
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty even game, so... And it's not like Everton have got a great home record. They do lose plenty of these sort of games.
Yeah. You mentioned their record at the start of the season against teams of a similar ilk. You know, teams who are going to be in that bottom half of the table, and they weren't winning those games. Yeah,
Everton's first 3 home games. So the first game of the season at home to Fulham, they would have thought, well, we'll turn up and win that. Lost 1-0. Then they played Wolves, lost that 1-0. Lost 1-0 to Arsenal as well, to be fair, but then lost 2-1 at home to Luton after that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty poor stuff from Everton at home. It's got a bit better since, but they still struggle, really. In fact, they lost twice to Luton at home in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's there for Palace, and maybe Palace just get to the break at 0-0 and then maybe just think they can nick it.
As a Liverpool fan, how would you feel about not playing Everton next season?
I know it's sort of like bants Everton go down. I don't want them to go down.
Because
it's one of the...
It's 6 points, isn't it? But I mean, because it's
a memorable, it's not... Football is about kind of memories and experiences and things, and you don't...
The equivalent is you're playing Leicester.
Yeah, you're playing a sort of meaningless sort of game against someone else. Yeah, I don't want to see Everton go down.
But they might well do that.
Or would you be happy to see Man City relegated through
well, I guess as a United fan, you're kind of more used to not playing Man City because for many, many years they were in the second division or even the third tier for one season. So we were used to not playing them. Liverpool are our rivals, not Man City.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it's the same thing. I wouldn't want to see... Again, it'd be sort of hilarious on one level, but I would really miss playing Man United if you got, for whatever reason, booted down to the Championship. Because there's enough sort of like so-so fixtures, isn't there, where you turn up and play so-and-so... Doesn't really mean anything, but you want those big games. But
and then they're not going to be in. So talking about Everton again, they're not going to be in their stadium, the new Bramley Moore Dock Stadium next season, are they? It's going to be the season after.
Yeah.
So if they do go down next season, they've got one shot at getting promoted, so they can be in that new stadium first day of the Premier League season.
Yeah. 44 minutes gone, so we're nearly at half time. No bookings, I'm afraid. As for some of the other stats, exactly 50% possession each.
Right.
Palace have ramped up the goal attempts, so it's 6-5 in favour of Everton, but Palace have had the only 2 goal attempts on target. Palace 4 corners to 1 as well. Yeah, on the numbers now, and as well as the eye test, I think Palace look a better bet to me at 5 than Everton at 2.24.
Totally agree. Could be a chance there. It's good interception from Tarkowski as the ball was played through to Edouard. He's made some good runs, actually, Edouard, hasn't he? He's looked as though he's the more likely finisher than Mateta from the way the game's gone so far. Trivia question from Jenny.
Okay.
Which manager was famously said to have given players the hairdryer treatment? Tin Tiger thinks he knows.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, is he done? Is he done?
Well, he had flu this time, didn't he?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like his back, he had flu. Yeah, well, you never know with him. He was walking a lot better, I noticed. Yeah, so I guess lots of players have given the lots of managers have given the hairdryer treatment. Fergie kind of coined the phrase, didn't he?
Yeah, was it Mark Hughes who coined the phrase? I think it was a player who...
in an interview said we got the hairdryer treatment.
Not sure. Well, Mark Hughes needed a hairdryer, didn't he, for most of his career? So
to boof his hair, it up. What's
stoppage time? Didn't even see it.
I think it just said 1 minute.
Mercifully, it's just 1 minute at the end of the first half. We need something to change here in terms of the way the game's being played for it to be more exciting. We need, I mean, probably Oliver Glasner to come down to the dressing room at half time and just take hold of things.
Yeah, I think the most exciting we've got in this first half is when Munoz has got into the penalty area.
Yeah, so 5 corners in the first half, 4 for Palace, so they've had more of that. Shots on target, the only one was that Odsonne-Edouard effort.
They had another one, I think, from a corner that was kicked off the line.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Was it Mateta's header, I think?
Yes, that was definitely on target, wasn't it?
Oh, is this no? Oh, I thought he was going to... Referee reached for his pocket there. I thought he's going to take the card out. He got his spray out instead.
Well, I mean, that's a yellow card offence, is it not? He's grabbed him. Has he been booked?
Don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Very lenient, Mr. Tierney. So it looks like our wait for the second spot bet to be given away continues, and we'll probably be in the second half now.
We might run a concurrent one.
Yeah.
So you'll have 2 running.
We'll discuss it at half time.
Yes. There'll be a team meeting.
Yeah. And let's see if we can finish off with a goal.
No, we can't. That's half time.
Oh, dear. So 0-0 in the last Premier League game of the weekend. Well, Dave mentioned the stat about games that since our last under 1.5 goals game. At the moment, this is heading to be an under 1.5 goals game.
But if you like that trend, you can now back over 1.5 at 2.38.
You can. So you can go for the, I guess not the illogical, the sort of, I don't know, just take the better odds about overs, I guess.
Yeah, sort of counterintuitive.
That's the word.
A bit. But Everton were 0-0 with Man City at half time the other week, so they don't mind a 0-0 at half time. That ended with 2 goals, so maybe this will be the same.
Right, well, Jen will entertain you with the trivia questions whilst we head off for a break, and we're going to listen now to the preview team look at one of, in fact, 2, I think, of tomorrow night's Champions League games with Atletico Madrid due to play Inter Milan. We'll hear now from Dave, from Neil, and from Paul on the Champions League.
Well, let's see if we can dig out an opponent for City as they get into the final stage of this competition. Let's look at Tuesday's games then. And we'll start with one side who they know all about. And I think looking at them, they may well be their main contender as they get into the end of this competition. Inter Milan facing Atletico Madrid. We'll start with you on this one, Gavin. Just talking about Inter. Inter's form now, they are... in Serie A at least, they are fit and firing, and they might well be looking for another run, maybe to another run to the final again.
Yeah, they're looking really good. I mean, of all the Italian teams, not just this season, but in recent seasons, who've got a strong chance of making the latter stages, the last 4, maybe the final as they did last year, it has to be Inter. They're on a roll at the moment. So, won again at the weekend. Big scoreline, 4-0 at Salernitana. They beat Roma 4-2 a week ago. They beat Juventus in the big game in Serie A the week before that. So they're in terrific form, and it's not a surprise because they've got some quality players and they've got a very good coach. But what is a surprise is that you could have expected them to suffer a bit of a dip after last year's final, losing to City, and losing quite a few players well in the summer. Remember, but that didn't happen, and they've been pretty cute in the transfer market. They've lost some players in the summer. Onana obviously went to Manchester United, and they're potentially a big hole in the sort of keeper role, and they brought in Jurgen Sommer, who's a terrific goalkeeper, really underrated. I'm surprised Bayern weren't able to hold on to him, but he's a very talented, experienced Swiss international, and he's performed brilliantly for a fraction of the price that they got from United for Onana. Marcus Thuram's come in on a free transfer, and even though Dzeko left in the summer, Brozovic, who was a sort of key midfielder, left as well for Saudi Arabia. So they lost players, but they've been pretty cute in the transfer market. Made some more changes in January. Tyrone Buchanan, from a Canadian sort of fullback from Club Brugge, has come in. Looks a promising addition. The Turkish guy Calhanoglu, who's been a revelation playing in a much deeper role in midfield, playing some fantastic passes through from deep. So they're looking a really accomplished unit into this season. And I think they are. I think City are streets ahead at the moment. They're an outstanding team, at the peak of their powers under Pep, and it's hard to see past City. But if you're looking for a team to challenge them, and I think the Inter are right up there, and I think this is going to be an interesting one. Atletico have a lot of connections with Inter, not least Diego Simeone is a former Inter player, but I think you have to fancy Inter in the home leg, in such good form, and playing so well. So I'm really fancying Inter in this game.
It's been away form for Atleti this season that's really done for them, hasn't it, John? They don't look the same outfit on the road. They play it. It's a different Simeone style of football this season, and they don't have that ability to kind of dig in when they really need to away from home. They've dropped too many points in too many competitions.
Yeah. It's a poor away record, isn't it? And it's threatening them even finishing top four. In Spain, the thumping win at the weekend, 5-0 against Las Palmas. Las Palmas, a really good team. So it's an incredible result, but it's that massive contrast, isn't it, between what they do at home and what they do away. And I think a large part of it comes down to the actual personnel that they have defending for them, which many times this season have not been good enough. They've put a patched-up defence. The defence the other day, I think for the first time, they've had Savic, Jimenez and Reinildo all together, which I would argue is their best. They've played a 3. So he might have finally got somewhere near having his best lineup out in that defensive area, because what they've done is really focus their squad building on signing strong attacking players, to the extent where Morata is now injured with a knee problem. Griezmann was rested at the weekend, didn't come on the pitch at all, and they still had Llorente, who is a versatile player who played as a forward the other day, and Correa, and Memphis Depay came off the bench and scored a really good goal. So they've got so many options in attacking areas and so few at the back, that I think they've sort of just made a mess of their mistake, should I say, with their squad building this season, Atleti, and that's the problem. They're not the team, as we've discussed before, and as you say, they're not the old Simeone grizzled fight for everything, mad dog kind of team. They're not that anymore. They're a much nicer team. They're a much more entertaining team. But I can't really go against Gavin, and I can't go against Inter. They're in such good form, Inter. And one thing when you look at the teams in recent years, when the Premier League sides have not won the Champions League, the teams that have won it have had a fairly easy run in towards the end of their league campaign. And Inter could be in that situation again. They're so far clear at the top in Serie A that they're a genuine threat, I think, to go on and win the tournament this year. They've got experience of going almost all the way last year. In this game, they need to get a couple beyond Atleti, because Atleti back at the Metropolitano will be strong. They're not to be disrespected. They're still a good team. They've still got some terrific players. But yeah, I'm going certainly for this one. I'm saying Inter strong favourites.
Certainly capability for goals in this game. And you look at the sides and 3-5-2 against 3-5-2. And Athletic, again, if you've been away from seeing Atletico Madrid for a long time and then you come back in, you go, that's Axel Witsel at centre-back, is that right? It doesn't. It's slightly different to what it was. It's not the hard-nosed dogging things out, but Griezmann and Depay, it's quality all over their side, but a bit of freedom. And the same, as you mentioned, Gavin, in Inter with Mkhitaryan and Barella and Çalhanoğlu in the midfield. Again, it's free-flowing with Martinez and Thuram as well up front. There's a case here that this could be a lot of goals. Yeah. Are you going to back that?
I think I will. Yeah. I mean, there are certainly goals in this Inter scene. Thuram's a bit of a risk, not much of a risk as a free transfer, but in terms of the role that he's taken on as a young striker coming into Serie A was a little bit of a risk, but he's proving himself, and they're not missing Lukaku at all, and they are they're free scoring. They're scoring goals from different positions. You mentioned the 3-5-2. The wing backs are important. So they will attack Atletico. It will be an attack-minded game, I think, and I think there are goals in it. I think the question really is, can Atletico get something on the score sheet? Because Inter will be capable of scoring a couple in this game, I think. So I'm sort of erring towards 2-0 Inter, but I'm tempted to see if Atletico can get something from Griezmann, who's he's now the Atletico's all-time top scorer, isn't he? So if they can get something from Griezmann, I'm tempted by a 2-1. Really, I think that could be. I still think Inter will come through this. I think they've got enough to go to Madrid and get a result there. But 2-1 or 3-1, I think would be an interesting score.
You can have Inter and both teams to score at 4.33, whereas over 2.5 goals and both teams scoring is 2.68. But John, they don't concede many at home. Inter Milan, I think it's something like 1 in 8 at home. It's incredible home record.
Yeah, and a couple of 1-0 wins recently as well, wasn't it? And they were able to. Obviously, it was so comfortable against Salernitana the other day that they were able to rest players. So. They're coming to it in a pretty good situation, but Atleti can score. They've got good attacking players. They've got a huge amount of experience in that side as well. Griezmann's been sensational, not just the goals, but his general all-round play since going back there. You need to check out the hat he was wearing when he turned up the other day. It looked like a character from Mario Kart. But that's Antoine Griezmann. That's the genius that he brings with him.
It's the trend. You're not wearing yours. We've all got one. We all look like Luigi.
Next time. If all of our predictions this week come in, I'll go and buy an Antoine Griezmann.
If they don't, I'm off to try and be a plumber. That's the idea.
We looked at sportsbet.io's webpage on Twitter and we entered the competition.
I didn't have any expectations. I was surprised to win the tickets.
The hospitality was unbelievable.
My friend's a big Arsenal fan, so I'll remember when Arsenal scored the first goal and he was delighted to see that happen.
Every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.
Welcome back. That was me pressing the wrong button when I should have been pressing the info bar. But we are back for the second half very shortly in the game at Goodison Park, which is still 0-0, and there haven't been a great deal of chances in the first half. Viv said something very interesting just before we went off for our break, and that was that Bayern Munich are monitoring Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a potential interim replacement. And guess what? I have found the article that is saying just that. It seems bizarre that Bayern Munich would be looking at Solskjaer, but according to the Daily Mail, it's happening. Meantime, Dave is considering his bets for the second half. We were hopeful of a booking for the free bet condition. That's not landed yet, but I don't think we're going to be waiting too long before Paul Tierney gets his first yellow card out. Is the total bookings market something to be going over here at 2.5? 1.69 though.
If it was, yes or no, I'd go yes.
Yeah.
Because we, not only do you get more bookings in the second half, we probably think there's a few players one foul away that he didn't book in that first half that he,
Jefferson Lerma, Branthwaite, probably some of the other Palace defenders. Wharton, I think he's one foul away from a yellow card. Players coming out now, by the way. It's Goodison Park. They've had their half-time team talk and refreshment. No changes, I don't think, from either side. So it's the same 11s that finished the first half that come out again. Everton are 2.28. The draw is 2.54, and Crystal Palace are 4.8 to win this game. We're thinking it's not going to be a thriller, but it could be dramatic. And if there is a goal, we're going to go crazy here in the studio, especially if it's a goal for Daniel Munoz.
Oh, yeah.
And he might score. You never know. He's been sort of tentatively put up at big odds at around 10 to score any time. But we're also following your bets. Koki a bit unlucky with his Everton to lead at half-time. But yeah, we're about to get underway for the second half.
Right.
Tin Tiger says under 1.5. He's gone for the under 1.5 bet.
Okay, right. So going against recent history. So I'm going to press. You've heard me tapping away there. I'm just
bashing away
there about a new category of bets. So if you've got any ideas, well, let's put it in the chat now. Have a read of that. So it's a new category of bet and we're calling it the Billy Gilmore, and it's in honour of Mr. James Butler's tip of Billy Gilmore to score any time yesterday at about 5. Despite Billy Gilmore never having scored a domestic goal in his entire life.
Or never looking like he was going to score in a 5-0 win.
So what do we reckon's the worst bet tonight? Because then you're kind of tempted to back it just for the complete comedy value. So you said over 3.5 goals because it looks so unlikely. It's something that looks so just daft.
Yeah.
And is daft. But so it could be a goal scorer bet. I don't know. We've got a Billy Gilmore who's never ever scored.
Here's Palace on the attack right at the start of the second half, but not getting through. Not getting through the Everton defence. I mean, Palace still look the value to me at 4.8. They've played as well, if not better, than Everton. The ball's been in the Everton half, I think, more than it's been in the Palace half. And they'd more than double the price. Everton are 2.28, Palace are 4.8. And Palace are in shocking form, but Everton's form's not great. Their only win was the FA Cup win in the last 11. So I do think that's probably where I would be siding in the outright market right now with Palace rather than Everton. They've made a good start to the second half. Athletic Bilbao 1, Girona 0 is still a score, and they're underway in the second half in Spain as well. If it stayed that way, Athletic Bilbao, where would they be moving to in the La Liga? They'd be going 5th. So yeah, they'd stay 5th basically. They're still 2 points behind Atletico Madrid, and Girona would stay 2nd, and they'd miss out on an opportunity to close the gap to Real Madrid, who drew yesterday.
So this game is very much 0-0 so far. Very few goal chances. So we're going to go with Simon's recommendation. Tonight's Billy Gilmore is over 3.45 goals. It qualifies because it's a ridiculous bet, but who knows? So it's 6.4. So if you want to join that, Viv says, what's this? 2-2. 2-2 at 46, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 2-2 draw.
Maybe Viv's come up with an even better Billy Gilmore. A Desmond, a 2-2.
Yeah, 46. I like those odds as well.
The Billy Gilmore trophy.
Yeah, you'd be gutted if you backed over 3.5 and it finished 2-2, and that's the 46 odds there, isn't it? Ooh, yes.
I guess to be a true Billy Gilmore, you'd now want their Everton to never have had a 2-2 in their entire history. That's the purest form of a Billy Gilmore, but anything as silly does count as well.
I'm going to check to see when Everton last had a 2-2.
Yeah. Hopefully not this season. I think they had one against Sheffield United, you know.
This season?
Yeah.
Oh, they had one against Tottenham only about a fortnight ago. When he came back from 2-0 down.
Check Palace then.
Okay.
Palace also qualify. Can't think of a Palace 2-2. This could be a proper Billy Gilmore.
I'm looking. Crystal Palace have not had a 2-2. They did against Manchester City in December.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, I mean, 2-2 is now the new Premier League, is the Premier League's 1-1 now, isn't it? What used to be 1-1 draws, now you're sort of thinking, well, it's more likely to be a 2-2 than a 1-1 in certain games.
Probably needs to go to a 3-3. Other 120.
Well, I'm pretty sure neither of these teams have had a 3-3 this season.
Yeah, that's safe to say.
No, we're going back some. See, Palace actually won a game 4-3 last season.
Did they?
Yeah.
Against?
That was when Roy was in charge, against West Ham.
All right. Girona have equalised.
Oh, Girona.
Big goal in Spain.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the markets in that one, see if there's a way back in there. Probably I'll be looking at Bilbao with their great home record, 6 straight wins at the Nuevo San Mames, and they're now 2.36. That is a good price, I think, for a team with that stronger home record. Girona are 4.5, having just equalised, and the draw there is now at 2.58.
Yeah, so Bilbao scored, I think, 2 minutes into the first half. Girona similar. A few minutes into the second half. Victor Tsiganov.
Yep.
It's a goal. Why can't we have a goal here?
Indeed.
We only need 4. Should we still need a yellow card as well. Should we get another free bet stipulation going?
Yes. So we've got the yellow card still running. We need another one now.
What about a goal?
Just a goal.
Yeah.
Yep. Either team at any time.
Any goal, any card. 2 ways to win.
Yep. I'm shocked at the lack of yellow cards in this game, given on 2 of the 3 previous meetings between the sides there's been 5. But the referee's been lenient, but there hasn't been any shockers really, have there? There've been challenges that you wouldn't say have been
too much, no.
Screaming out to be yellow cards.
Yeah.
Did you think Casemiro should have been sent off yesterday?
Did he?
Well, he was on a yellow card.
He's already on a yellow,
and he made a foul on, I think it was Ross Barkley, where he didn't get the yellow card, and the Luton players were all surrounding the referee.
Yeah.
And then Eric Ten Hag took him off at half time to
avoid
the inevitable.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes you get away with it. There was a Liverpool game where Klopp did that with Konate. Just took him off because he knew he was actually anything slightly tackle-ish away from getting another yellow.
Yes, I mean, it's sensible management. It also speaks a bit about, players are putting pressure on referees out in the media. You talk about Klopp, or you talk about other managers who are constantly in the fourth officials here, but players out there, when they spot something, they think there's a weak link there. That player's on a yellow, and I need to make my point here. Or they're right into the referee's face, and all teams do it. I'm not picking on Luton here specifically, just because it was yesterday.
Was it the week before when Casemiro got booked, and I've never seen such a theatrical?
Yeah, it was Aston Villa. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, did his innocent face,
Yeah.
which he does every week, to be honest, because he's close to a booking or booked every week.
Yeah. Still not as good as Fabinho's one.
Yeah.
And the same thing, is it? Something about Brazilian midfielders' legs just go.
Yeah.
Never. Fabinho's was the quick example of a player who always got a leg in and then they just went.
How's he doing this season? Obviously, he's in Saudi Arabia.
Don't really follow it, to be honest.
No, me neither. No. I think Roberto Firmino scored some goals the other day, didn't he, or something?
Did he? Because
he was in the headlines.
He was a bit unhappy, wasn't he? There was talk of him coming back.
Right, yeah. And Jordan Henderson is back, but things aren't going particularly well for him at Ajax. I don't think they won again at the weekend.
I'm gonna look at who do you think the top scorers are in the Saudi?
Cristiano Ronaldo, because he's written into his contract.
Yeah, he's got 21 goals for Al Nassr this season. Who do you reckon's next? And it's a former Premier League striker.
Give me a clue. Which team do they play for?
I can't. Well, let's say a team outside the top 6.
Oh,
like mid-table sort of team, but
Mitrovic.
Yes, he's got 17.
Yeah.
So they're the two leads. Then we've got George, Kevin, and Kudu.
Yeah, he was at Burnley, I think, wasn't he, or something like that, or Tottenham.
He's got 14. Firas Al Burakian, don't know who he is, 11.
Right.
Amazing then.
Yeah. And Al Ettifaq won their first game for a while, didn't they? Steven Gerrard's side, so that's made life a bit easier for him, I think. As Garner takes a shot, but it goes over the bar. Everton have still not had a shot on target, and we've played 55 minutes of this game now.
Yeah, that was pretty lame, wasn't it? Yeah, not an awful lot happening.
Slissy's going 2-0 Everton. I mean, that's not quite a Billy Gilmore, but it's on the way to being a Billy Gilmore at the moment, isn't it? 2-0 Everton. Well, it could happen.
It's quite like it's got elements of Billy Gilmore in the fact that they've not had a shot on target.
But then it's not a ridiculous scoreline, is it? 2-0. It's not the sort of thing that you go, well, that definitely can't happen.
Yeah.
So Everton, have they won 2-0 this season? Let's have a look. Yes, they have. They beat Chelsea 2-0 in a game which was 0-0 at this point. First goal came on 54, which is where we are now. We're actually on 55, actually. So Everton won 2-0. They beat Chelsea with goals in the 54th and 90th minutes. They also beat Burnley 2-0, but both goals came in the first half, though.
Jen's...
Chance for Palace. Good save.
Tarek Mitchell it was. Pickford's now head out of his area. What's he doing? He's just sort of run off with the ball.
He just loves to be involved, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jen's put, what's everyone's prediction? So Carrara has gone 1-0 for Palace. Got a couple of 0-0s, Mehmet and Tin Tiger. So this is 2-0 for Everton. Viv's 2-2, of course.
Yeah.
The classic Billy, the Billy G.
The Billy G. What's your Billy G today? That's going to be going into Clubhouse TV sort of nomenclature, if that's the right word.
Yeah, the vernacular.
Vernacular, that's it. And
tonight's Billy G.
Referee says play on again. He's letting everything go.
Ref.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Tierney. He's forgotten his cards.
Yeah,
that could be the only explanation.
When I was looking at his record, actually, I think there was a blank in there, which wasn't ideal. And fairly recently, Paul Tierney from Lancashire, 52 yellows in 15 games, 3 reds. Now, 4 games. Here we go. Look, 4 games ago, the last time he managed a game in which Palace were the away team, he showed no cards.
No.
That was the 5-0 loss at Arsenal.
Right. Oh, well, let's hope it's not going to be another one of those. Just seen a replay of the Pickford save.
And then they're running to the sideline.
Yeah.
What's this then?
There was
corner?
Some of the creatures picked up on a stat that you put out there a few weeks ago about Anthony Taylor refereeing Liverpool games. And when they mentioned it on the chat, I think it was with James, and we were sort of saying that can't be right, can it? That can't be right. But then you think about it, maybe it was right. And I'm asking you now, was it right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. Athletic Bilbao have gone back in front.
Yes.
2-1.
They were 2.3, having just been hauled back on level terms, and they go back ahead there. Could be a seventh home win in a row for Athletic Bilbao, if they hold on to that now. So, yeah, was it Anthony Taylor in games where he's refereed Liverpool? I'm trying to think what it was now. Liverpool have lost or something. No, Klopp has lost
more games under him, or
what was the stat again? Now it was. I think it was like literally 60% of the defeats Liverpool have had under Klopp have been with Anthony Taylor refereeing. I think that was it.
Record by matches of Anthony Taylor. So I've got here in the Premier League, he's refereed 56. Liverpool have won 31, drawn 16, lost 9.
But I think the stat that you put out there was,
but Liverpool
of the number of losses in the Premier League under Jurgen Klopp,
he's
refereed a ridiculous, over 50%, nearly 60% of them.
Yeah. Well,
but
9 defeats is quite a lot, isn't it, for Liverpool? It's like they've only had 2 this season.
Yeah.
And was he in charge of one of those, I think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably. But, I mean, initially it sounded too high, but then you think about it.
He refereed the Arsenal game, so that's one of them.
Yeah. He gets the top games, doesn't he? So, they don't give Anthony Taylor Liverpool games when you play in the easy teams. Anthony Taylor's Liverpool referee when you play in Man City, when you play in Arsenal.
Yeah, generally.
That way, it has been that way because he's been the top ref. Maybe not so much anymore. But
so I mean, I do sort of roll my eyes a bit when I see these on Twitter, the conspiracy theories, because if you believe everything's an agenda. I see Everton fans saying Liverpool get every decision going, and then that's just nonsense. And then people say Liverpool get nothing. Well, that's just nonsense as well.
Yeah.
So it's all a pinch of salt. But yeah, that is a funny one with Anthony Taylor. Right, Palace free kick. There's our man.
Yeah, Richards with the big hair.
Oh, is it Everton? Sorry, it's an Everton free kick.
Oh, yes, right. He's doing some defending them.
Everton free kick on the right-hand side.
This game's so bad. We need something interesting to happen in this game.
An hour gone and nothing has happened.
Subs on. Do something.
Volley.
Blocked.
Decent. Another shot. Blazed over the bar. Still no goal. Still no yellow card.
Yeah, I think we're hard done by. 38,000 fans have paid to watch this tonight.
I know.
We're thankfully able to follow it and get paid. But people have actually forked out good money to watch this absolute rubbish.
But if you asked Palace, the Palace management team now, all right, we'll call it off now after an hour. Do you want the 0-0? They'll probably go, yeah, take that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good job. And Roy will be at home thinking, good point. Settle for that.
Yeah.
Oh, third goal for Bilbao.
Oh, that's surely game, set, and match now to the Basques.
3-1. So, we would need their goal. So, if we'd done a Billy Gilmore in that game over 3.5, that would have landed. But obviously, that wouldn't have been a Billy Gilmore because it made sense.
Do you know what the equivalent in Spain would be?
Is it Spanish for Billy?
Yeah.
Basque for Billy. Can't think of anything humorous there, to be honest. I was hoping I could. I can't think of a...
There's lots of scratching of heads in the Everton fan section there. They're not enjoying this. And now there's time wasting. So the Palace keeper's even time... Oh, is he injured? No, this is an Everton sub we're seeing coming on here. This is it Onana coming off the bench?
Onana's coming on. If you put it into translation, Billy translates as Porra.
Right.
So it's Pedro Porra called Pete Billy?
Maybe. He's Spanish.
Yeah.
Pete Billy.
Sport Billy. Pete. Pedro.
Oh, Viv's got the full stat here.
Paul, isn't it?
Klopp has had 81 losses in his Liverpool career in 468 games so far.
Yeah.
57 of them have come when the referee was bald. 40 of those 57 losses were Anthony Taylor as a referee.
Yeah.
And Anthony Taylor's never had hair since he was 10. So that's he would definitely count for all of the bald referees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why a referee? Why do Do you have to be bored to get on as a referee? You know, is it like being a mason, where there's like a funny handshake? You have to shave your hair off when it starts going a little bit thin, and that you move up the ladder a little bit if you're a referee.
Or is it stress?
Could be. That's probably a more sensible explanation.
Why we've got Tom Jones again appeared?
Jen has said, it's game's so bad, shall we ask Dave for a Tom Jones impression?
Which is basically clearing your throat and then asking if you like. So it's like, huh, I like the song.
Very good.
He sort of goes, that's it.
Yeah. Is Tom Jones a Liverpool fan, or who does he follow? Stoke? I say Stoke because of the famous song Delilah, which the Stoke fans have adopted.
I think he doesn't like football, I'm sure I've read.
It's probably too sort of, I don't know.
He'd like rugby.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Here we go. Answers.com. What football team does Sir Tom Jones support? Someone said they've got the wrong Sir Tom Jones, who was born in...
Chance for Everton. And it's saved by Johnson. Follow-up shot. Off the line. Punched away. Finally some action in the game. And it's come as Everton attack the Gladys end. And Johnson makes 2 saves. Still under pressure. Now it's cleared by Palace. But are we now starting to see the Everton push? Having been second best for long spells in this game, is it now time to sort of jump ship here and go and look for an Everton win?
Yeah, they come forward again, cross from the left. That one's cleared just inside the 6-yard box. Yeah, they're pushing now, aren't they, Everton?
And they're now nearly 3. 2.78. Will be 3 pretty soon. Don't delay too long if you want that 3, by the way, because they might score before it gets there. 2.78 Everton. I think they have got... they've just turned the corner a little bit, haven't they, in this game now?
There's this corner. Tarkowski, wasn't it, with the initial header and then the follow-up shot.
And how Takura
should have scored. He sort of turned it sideways. So Tarkowski's header brilliantly saved. Follow-up shot, he just sort of puts his instep out and it just, rather than divert it into the net, it just goes sideways with the power taken off it. Most excitement we've had, I think.
RB Tank asking for a yellow card with the Titanic meme there. And still no yellows in this game. But what's the referee given now? He's given a corner, I think. Yeah, Everton keep the pressure on here.
Yeah, this is their best spell of the match, without doubt. Well, Tarkowski went close there. We're looking at the anytime goal scorer market. Tarkowski is 11.5.
Oh, no, he's given a free kick, not a corner. And this is the chance that Everton have to make their changes. So Harrison on.
Ashley Young went off, I think.
Yep. Attacking change then if he's gone off.
Mikolenko off for a Nana.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
full-backs off and 2 midfielders on.
Sean Dyche is thinking this is the time to win this game.
Oh no, Mikolenko was going off for instructions.
Gay's come off.
Yeah. Okay. So not completely throwing the kitchen sink at Palace.
So Everton at 2.84 right now don't look the worst bet, do they?
No.
I think this could be the time. If you just want to do Everton first goal, I say that.
Has something happened?
We think Palace have scored.
Oh, from this goal kick. Is it flicked on?
Flicked on.
And then Branthwaite.
It's not our fella, is it? No.
Gets turned and then a shot.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Wow. What a goal that is.
Jordan Ayew.
Wow. This game needed that. So Jordan Ayew gives Crystal Palace the lead. Oliver Glasner, big smile on his face.
Yeah.
And the rest of the Palace dignitaries there. This is huge for their season.
Some strike that. Really caught that, didn't he, Ayew? So it's just a punt up field from the goalkeeper, Sam Johnston. Flicked on. Ball bounces a couple of times.
Yeah. Mateta does well.
Yeah. And then Ayew just from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
Just
and so it means this. Yeah, we were waiting on the first goal in the game, and it's come from Jordan Ayew. A lovely strike from the Ghanaian. Flew past Pickford. And so now we just need you to get your username, sportsbet.io username ready. And when Jen presses go, 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 she's just teasing you with a build-up. Are we ready? And then get your usernames in, and then we'll do the random number generator to get our next 2 winners. But Crystal Palace, they're the big winners at the moment. They could be moving further clear of the relegation zone with this goal. If they were to hold on to it, they'd be, about 7 points clear of the relegation zone? No, 8.
8, yeah, 8.
Yeah. Wow.
And like you said, if you're thinking 34, 35 points as your benchmark, they're getting close, aren't they, really?
Everton, though, are still going to be in dire straits. And the atmosphere, does it turn a little bit now? Just as Everton were getting more sort of...
We did say that, didn't we? If Everton concede the first goal, the atmosphere in that stadium just goes all nervy and a bit, oh, here we go again. Just did not trust Everton at the short price.
They have come back from worse positions recently, though. I mentioned that 2-2 with Tottenham, where they were...
Have they come from behind to win a game, though?
Well, no, I don't think so. So in the Tottenham game, they came from 1-0 and 2-1 down to get a draw.
Yeah.
The last time they came from behind to win a game was...
Could take you a while to find that out.
Was still looking.
They're 11 to do that now. Everton 11 to win this game. They draw 3.4. Palace 1.53. Still
Doncaster Rovers in the League Cup in August.
Right.
But if you're looking for Premier League, it's last season. So Everton have not come from behind to win a game this season in the Premier League.
Yeah, doesn't bode well, does it?
No. But they could get a draw. Don't rule out the draw, but...
Draw 3.4, Everton to come back and win 11.5 now.
Yeah.
And we're into the 69th minute, so yeah, you see the Everton fans looking a bit arms folded, here we go again, that type of expression.
Yeah, there's not a great deal of positive body language there, is there, in the crowd. Change being made here by Palace. And...
well, we stopped.
Oh, right. So... we need to count up the entrants. I'm sure Jen's already on the case.
I'll get the...
22.
Right, I shall random number generate. Between 1 and 22.
Hi to Son, who says he thinks, come on the 1-1. Son likes a 1-1 in this game.
Right, okay.
Not without a chance, that one.
3.45 for that.
Okay.
Number generator throws up number 11.
Right. Do you want me to count? I mean, I'll try.
I've been counting since I was 3, so I'm good at this. Okay, are you now just twisting and turning?
Okay, I think it's Carrar, but that's going to be confirmed by Jen, who is the official adjudicator.
Jordan Ayew's just fallen awkwardly. It was a bit of fancy footwork by the byline, and he's ended up in a heap on the floor.
Game's quite open now, isn't it? Which is good for Everton, I guess. Palace want to just make sure they don't concede here in the next few minutes and try and just a bit of gamesmanship, just game management to get through to full time with this 1-0 lead.
So Carrar then is confirmed at number 11, we think.
Yeah.
And then the next one is number 14. Who's going to be that lucky person?
I think it's Hakan, but it's Jen who's going to come up with the official answers there. But yeah, I think our Galatasaray supporting friend Hakan might have got the second free bet there.
More substitutions coming up for both sides, actually.
Yeah, Odsonne Edouard is going off. He's put a good shift in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Carrar and Hakan confirmed winners of the second free bet giveaway. So we're still on the yellow card. We need a yellow card in the game. We've been waiting since well inside the first half for that. Should we do another one to run concurrently with the yellow card?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out that GIF. It starts off as a golf shot and ends up as a tennis backhand.
Yeah. It's Mertens, I think, is it?
Yeah, it looks like Little Dries Mertens.
Yeah.
The Belgian.
Maybe Hakan can tell us what Mertens is doing there in that.
Is it one of these sort of curious European sports?
Viv's got his Carlton dance gif out.
Yeah, so we do another one then. So we're still waiting for the yellow, so that's still live and active.
Yeah. What about? I don't know.
What about something to do with another substitute? Do you think there'll be more to come? We've had 4 so far. We've had Anana, Harrison, and Beto, and
what about an odd numbered shot on target? We had the even numbered one, didn't we, from the first one?
Does it have to be on target? Yeah.
Shot on target from a player with an odd numbered shirt on. So,
Okay.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc., etc.
Yeah.
A shot on target from a player with an odd number on their back, plus a yellow card, and that's
Yeah. So Jordan Ayew had an odd number. He's number 9.
yes. He's having a good night, isn't he?
Calvert-Lewin wears number 9. He's still on. Dwight McNeil number 7. There's a few of them out there.
Yeah.
Well, we got a goal at least.
Yeah, Palace looked like they were value for most of the game, and then just sort of when you think, oh, Everton have got some momentum, I'm going to switch sides and go for Everton, and then they do that, and that's football. That's betting sometimes.
Yes, I don't know if anyone got on Palace at those sort of 5.2 sort of prices. If so, you're sitting pretty.
Yeah,
you could always hedge that out by backing Everton or the draw now, which is 2.63.
Guarantee a profit.
Yep,
not the worst idea. And like I say, Everton have got some late equalisers. If they haven't won games, they've still managed late equalisers. The Branthwaite one is fresh in the memory from the Tottenham game. I think they got another late equaliser earlier this season, or a late goal to steal the points. Who was that against? What
was the pattern of scoring in that 2-2 against Sheffield United?
For Palace or for
Everton.
When was that?
Quite early in the season, sort of like.
Okay, that was Everton 1-0, then Blades 2-1, then Danjuma got the equaliser on 55.
Right.
Not that late, but still, they scored last in the game.
No, Sam Johnson has fallen a bit on his
Yeah.
side and winded himself. Maybe.
He's had a good game, though, hasn't he? On his return to the team.
Been solid, hasn't he?
Palace fans are going, why was he not in the team? Weeks ago. But you spend £20 million on a goalkeeper, he's going to get played. But he just wasn't playing like a £20 million goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. And now he's going to be a bench warmer. Having been a bench warmer at Man United and complained about it, now he's going to be a bench warmer at Palace. I mean, he'll be kicking off wanting to move. But sadly, the next window's not till June. Or even July, possibly. But yes, are we going to get another goal in this game, Dave? I should be asking you for your best bet right now.
Well, if that trend of over 1.5 goals is to extend, then yes.
Asian total over 1.5 is 2.10 right now.
Yeah. Palace don't do many 1-0 aways, do they? Everton, yeah, I've had to bet now. Well, you could bet, the draw 3.5, I think. We have had another goal, but that's in Spain. Girona narrowing the gap to 3-2.
Maybe it's not all over there then.
Yeah, 3-2 now.
So Crystal Palace, what's their clean sheet percentage this season? A pretty low 21%. Actually, it's bang in line with the league average. Crystal Palace's clean sheet percentage, 21%. But away from home, let's see what it is there. Palace, 25%. So they actually keep more clean sheets away from home than they do at home, Palace.
Well, I can't think they've had one for a while, though.
No, they must have been earlier on this season.
So if you go back through, so they lost 4-1 at Brighton. They lost 5-0 at Arsenal. They lost 2-1 at Chelsea. They drew 2-2 at Man City. They drew 1-1 at West Ham. They lost 2-1 at Luton. So Burnley 0, Palace 2 in November. 4th of November was the last one.
I mean, everybody keeps a clean sheet against Burnley now, don't they, really? Arsenal smashed them at the weekend.
But just this idea, though, that when you just get a change of manager or circumstances, or someone else, it just creates some sort of dynamic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's playing out again.
Good work from Harrison. Gets his cross in. But Palace are defending quite well tonight. Yes, it's good. That was Ayew back there defending out in his own penalty area.
Still no yellow card. That's ridiculous. They're just checking that Girona second goal, by the way. It's VARing as we speak.
Everton going direct and maybe getting a knockdown in the box. No. Palace defending is great. You know, these guys are putting the bodies on the line, blocking crosses, getting headers away.
Yeah. It's all sort of pulling together, just putting in that extra, 10-15%. Got something to cling on to this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, miserable result for Everton if it stays like this. Palace would go, the live standings, Palace would go into 14th above Brentford. So Palace would have 27 points. Everton would have 19.
I mean, it's looking pretty bleak for them, isn't it? Especially with the potential extra points deduction, although they might get a few back on this appeal. But, yeah, it's looking like a very bleak situation for Toffees fans.
Because you've got to think who will go down then. If, say, Burnley and Sheffield United have gone, then who else is going down? If it's not Everton, is it Luton?
They don't look like a team who are going down to me.
Luton were great. Luton, I suppose the thing with Luton, they keep playing really well, but losing or drawing. Forest? Maybe. I think Brentford will be all right, and then that's about it, really. I can't see anyone else getting involved.
Yeah, Tony will score enough goals to keep Brentford at, won't he? Probably.
Yeah.
Palace would have been the one. You know, they'd be the one that you're saying they're sinking like a stone, you know. Massive injuries, uncertainty over the manager, but then this result might just change all that.
Yeah, this takes them on to 27 points if they can hold on to it.
Oh, that's just wide.
Calvert-Lewin with a header.
Oi, oi, oi.
He just cannot get a break, can he, Calvert-Lewin? Just can't.
Great cross from McNeil.
It's the perfect Calvert-Lewin goal, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cross from McNeil. He rises high, gets his head to the ball. Really good head of the ball, but just...
He had no right to win the header, but he just couldn't get it on target.
Just like half a foot wide of the post.
That's right, Hakan. Still no card in the game.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I say it's amazing, although Paul Tierney didn't show any in his last Palace away game. Is there anything in that?
I don't know. It's a bit odd, isn't it? But like the market was set at 4.5 at the start, so they were expecting cards. You know, 4.5 was, you know, it's going to be one or the other, 4 or 5. You know, most likely, but it's going to be 0 or 1 probably.
It'll be the new sort of Liverpool Anthony Taylor stat, won't it? It'll be Tierney. Bald-headed referees don't book Palace players on the road. And here's your evidence.
Well, is it because Deitch is also bald? So bald refs have sympathy for bald managers. So we could be all right with Eric Ten Hag, keep him. Or is it sympathy for Roy Hodgson as well, not booking their players?
So it was. So the other 5-0, the other game when he didn't book any Palace players was the 5-0 at Arsenal. But Arteta's got like a solid head of hair that will never change.
No, that's right. James calls him Lego head.
So, and Roy had a decent Barnet, didn't he?
Yeah.
A bit sort of unruly. It's a great goal by Ayew, just seeing the replay. So it deserves to, it's like a winning goal, isn't it, that? Like a proper
Don't think
winner.
Pickford could have done much about that, really.
It's right in the corner, isn't it? And he's almost hit a cross, and he's used an Everton defender as a bit of a shield as well.
Good night for Palace then at the moment as time ticks into the final 10 minutes. They are doing themselves a massive favour in terms of survival, but doing Everton they are really pushing Everton further into the mire in the bottom 3.
It was like that game the other week when you were playing, your Man United were playing Villa, and I think if Villa had won, they'd have gone 8 points clear of you, but you won and you closed it to 2. This is the reverse, isn't it? This is Everton could have closed the gap to 2 on Palace. Now Palace are going to go 8 clear of Everton. That's a massive swing. It's a 6-pointer, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Glasner's looking happy enough, talking to Mark Bright, club legend.
Who's that sat on the road behind? I'm trying to recognise. Looked a bit like Louis Boamorte, who's Fulham number 2, isn't he? Marco Silva's number 2. I think he might be sat there watching. Anyway, they need something pretty quick here, Everton. And it's just not linking up right at the moment. There was that one chance moments ago where Calvert-Lewin couldn't finish the opportunity. Markets now, Everton are big, 38. The draw is 4.2 and Palace are 1.27. Then Asian total over 1.5. They've mentioned the trend for games finishing over 1.5 is 2.88 now. If you fancy backing just one more goal in what time remains. Second goal, Everton 3.25 for them to equalise, and Palace to kill it off on 9.00 to score the second goal.
That Girona
chance for Everton.
Oh,
good save.
Beaten away for a corner. That second Girona goal did stand, so they've still got a chance of nicking something. They're trailing 3-2 at Bilbao. It was this shot from
Ghana, I think.
Number 37. Oh, that counts as free bet? Odd numbered player shot on target.
Yes, it does. Great shout. It's on target, isn't it?
Oh, now then, from this corner.
What has happened, Dave? What has happened? Goodison Park is about to erupt on our screens anyway, because we think it already has, corner for an Everton equaliser, which is put in.
Header, goal.
Calvert-Lewin. Is it?
No, it's Onana, the substitute.
Onana, wow. And we're back at level 1-1. And in all that means we can give away 4 free bets now, doesn't it? Because we had the shot on target from number 37, Ghana, odd number shot on target, and we got a yellow card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only the yellow card.
Oh, no, it's only, okay. Right, we'll just do the shot on target free bet now.
Well, Penny thought it's Dean Henderson, because Sam Johnson's made a mess of that. He sort of flapped at it.
Yeah. It's a good corner, but he should be more dominant there, shouldn't he?
Yeah. He's just got caught in traffic and got under it a bit, and Onana's headed it at the far post. Yeah,
they'll be showing Dean Henderson sort of laughing under his coat sleeve now.
So the streak goes on. We said every game ever now in the Premier League it goes over 1.5 goals, and here we go again.
Here we go again, 2.88 just moments ago. A few people, I think, were backing it. Carra says, goal, 1-1. Son was on the 1-1 about 20 minutes ago when he was asked for his score prediction, so he'll be happy. And so now we just need the go from Jen, and we'll take some more entrants for the free bet, the next 2 free bets. She's typing. Could we get an equaliser in Spain? Athletic Bilbao 3, Girona 2. 1.12 for Bilbao, 44 for Girona, but the draw is 7.4. It's there if you fancy a late Girona comeback.
Here come all the entrants again.
Well, Palace couldn't hold on. The pressure finally told. It was from a set piece. Everton just got too many bodies in around that 6-yard box, and it was difficult for Johnston, but perhaps he should have done better. He can punch it. And he was beaten with a header from Onana. Super sub.
It's a big swing, isn't it, that? Big swing of points advantage that Palace would have had over Everton. So sort of that is a key goal, that.
And look, the atmosphere now is going to be rocking inside Goodison. They'll be...
Everton 6 to win this game
6, now. It doesn't look so fanciful now, does it? The 2-2 that... was it Viv? Viv's Billy Gilmore, the Billy G tonight, the 2-2.
Yeah.
It's still on.
Could be.
Imagine if it finished 2-2 now.
We can't retire the Billy Gilmore, can we, after 2 games? No. I think it should run and run for the rest of the season. The other Billy Gilmore was over 3.5 goals, which is
right, Dave.
Sort of thing.
19 entries for our next free bet giveaway.
Let's get random number generating. First one is number 4.
Well, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to count this one, no problem. So genetics always first. It's Tin Tiger, or Woody as he goes by.
Good stuff. And the second number to generate, we've gone low again, number 2.
And that's Alexei. Congratulations, you guys. Tin Tiger and Alexei, the latest winners of the free bets tonight. And that's just over the bar from Tarkovsky.
Just got underneath it.
What a chance.
He kind of knows he could have done better there.
Every cross in the box looking like a problem for Palace now, though, isn't it?
Ayew was saying he was pushed, but there was two of them. I think Onana was there again. Yeah, if Everton can get another couple of late set pieces, it could be in business here.
So Palace are sending on big guys now, aren't they? Going, right, okay, let's try and get some strength and some aerial ability to defend these set pieces. So I think it's Ozo, is it, for Wharton?
Wharton coming off, yeah.
I mean, Ozo is a attacking player as well, so that might be not just a defending set pieces tactic.
I think 1-1 was a fairly kind of guessable scoreline, wasn't it? I put up the draw, didn't I, at the start at 3 points?
You did.
4. And it wasn't going to be 0-0. So, yeah, 1-1 is probably fair, I would say, overall. Looking at the stats, well, Everton have had 18 goal attempts to 10, but both teams have had 4 on target. Palace have had 6 corners to 3. Everton could claim to have edged it, maybe, but given that they were 1-0 down with 6 minutes left, I think they'll be sort of happy with a point at this stage.
So I think this is before tonight. There were 247 matches in the Premier League. So let's say 248 now after this game. How many have been under 1.5 goals? What percentage of Premier League games this season under 1.5?
What percentage?
Yeah, I've got the answer here in front of me, so I'm just asking you for your...
12.
It's not far off. It's 15. 15% of games under 1.5. Average number of goals per match, 3.23.
That must be higher than the previous season, wasn't it?
Last season, after the full complete season, it was... my computer's gone a bit. Where are you? There we go. So last season, under 1.5 goals, 24%. So
really?
almost double.
1 in 4 games were under.
And 2.85 goals per match. So we get an extra half a goal per match this season to go from 2.85 to 3.2.
Jordan Ayew has been booked.
Oh, good spot. Koki says, I missed it. First yellow card for Jordan Ayew. Yep. Thank you, Alexei. And so we can now run our fourth free bet draw. Jordan Ayew scored the goal, but also got a yellow card.
That's 4, is that 5? How many? Is that the full house of free bets?
No, it's just 4 now.
4, okay.
Yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And it was about 3-4 minutes ago, so 2 minutes ago. I was half asleep there talking about something else. Yeah.
So, yeah, when you're ready, Jen, to get another one.
Slissy spotted it first. Thanks, guys.
Header from Everton, from Big Beto.
Yes.
Just wide. Here we go again. Go, go, go. Genetics straight in there.
Yeah.
Brahi.
How does he do it? First every time. How does he do it?
Yeah.
We speculated he's got a time machine.
How do you do it, Genetics? Maybe Genetics is actually Jen, and it's like a bit of a con.
Surely not.
Rumbledore. It's like Scooby-Doo. Peel the mask off the face. Yeah, similar names.
Yeah, coincidence, isn't it? Begins with the letter J.
Ginny.
But anyway, back to serious matters. There's still time to enter. If you haven't entered already, still time to get your entry in for the last free bet.
Yeah, talking of time, we've got 6 added minutes. So still chance for someone to nick a massive 3 points here. Everton a 9.6, the draw 1.11, Palace 22.
And the draw's 9.4 in the other game in Spain as well, between Athletic and Girona. And there's quite a bit of stoppage time to be played in that one as well, I think.
Everton have a free kick. They've got all the big men up. It's cleared initially, but they've stayed up, so can they get the ball back in the box? Was the last one who got in before the stop. Right, are we generating again when we know the amount of entries?
Chance for Everton. Oh, poor ball. Gets blocked. Cleared by 20 is
20.
The last.
Okay.
Was the number 20.
Let's generate away. The first number to be generated is number 17.
Right, so I'm counting backwards. If O's 20, I think it's Ramsey. Ramsey @Everton_22. Yeah, should be.
Okay. And then the final winner tonight, the final winner of the free bet tonight is number 14.
So if he was 17, was it?
So 3 back.
Black Dog, I think. Yeah, Black Dog. Le Chien Noir, our friend from Ecuador, I think, who's been a long-time viewer, and he gets the 8th of our free bets tonight. There's still a chance for one more. We need a little condition from you, Dave, for the last 2 minutes.
A shot, any shot.
A shot.
Any shot. Can go anywhere.
Doesn't even have to be on target. Just a shot.
Yeah, it can't be blocked. It's got to go in or wide or high or
a
left.
Shot that will be classed as an off-target or on-target shot, not a blocked shot.
Yeah.
Okay, like it.
So you've got about 3 minutes for someone to have a go.
Yeah. Or to play for you think somebody would have a shot. Would you not? But they're just giving away free kicks now.
There's the free bet winners confirmed. There's
another yellow card.
Dog. Well, there you go.
It's not going to go over 2.5 though. It's only the second card of the game, that, for Jefferson Lerma.
Still chance. Still chance for that over 2.5 to land. Lerma is always a candidate for a booking.
Yeah. Pickford takes the free kick.
Yeah. It's headed on but cleared away.
So Palace are trying to break out, but good tackle goes in from Garner. He's had a decent game, actually,
yeah.
James Garner. Yeah.
How is be the winner selection?
Random number generator, Mehmet.
Yeah. Say we've had 20 entries, I put 1 to 20 in the random number generator and press random generate. And whatever comes up, I read out and then we count.
Yeah, I guess you have to trust us that we're not just picking numbers. We are generating them with a computer program. So
yeah.
Anyway, are we going to get another shot in the game?
Everton 18 to nick it at the death. Palace 27.
Momentum's with Everton, though, isn't it? But you never know with these games.
It's in the corner. With Palace just playing time out here.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe Palace are just taking it to the corner flag to try and waste time.
So it's right in the Everton corner. So we've got about 70 seconds for a shot to come in at some point.
Oh, is that a foul throw? Embarrassing. Oh no, stealing too many yards from...
that's just wasting more time.
Get back. Get back to where you once belonged. Came on.
Sean Dyche not happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, this is the last throw of the dice then for Everton.
Palace just going backwards. I think they want the point now. So it keeps Everton at arm's length a little bit.
Are we going to get this shot?
Not looking likely, is it?
No.
Because Palace sort of don't seem very interested in taking a shot. They're just running the clock down, winning throw-ins.
Yeah, so you can see which team is going to be the happier with the point, I think, especially with the points position that Palace are in. They've come for a draw. They've come not to lose, and at the moment they're going to get that.
Yeah, they're just throwing the ball into the corner. Yeah, Mateta's just...
I think that went, didn't it? Be a throw-in.
So literally 10 seconds left, unless the referee adds a little bit more.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
And it's all over.
Yep, final whistle goes there at Goodison Park. It's finished 1-1. So Dave was on the draw from the start and mentioned many times that the trends are for over 1.5 goals. We got there in the end. We got a 1-1 draw at Goodison Park, and that is the end of the latest round of Premier League fixtures. But don't worry, because there's a game tomorrow and one on Wednesday. We've got Man City in action against Brentford tomorrow, and Liverpool play Luton on Wednesday.
That's right, yeah.
And there's also the Champions League. You know, wow, what a week we've got in store.
On coming, yeah.
Join us here at Clubhouse TV with sportsbet.io on Tuesday night, on Wednesday, and for the Europa League on Thursday. We'll be giving away more free bets, coming up with more top tips, and having more fun here with the guys in the studio and you at home. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're back with more tomorrow night.
covering every game of the English Premier League, Champions League and Europa League, live as they happen. This is Clubhouse TV.